Hello and welcome back to BS Rugby. Welcome to a preview of Ireland against Argentina. Of course, before we get into the preview, make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like on this video and comment your thoughts down below. And don't forget, I'll be doing a live watch along of this game. Coverage starts at 2 o'clock with kickoff at 2:15. There'll be a link in the description down below. Make sure to join me for that. Hit the link, click the reminder and join me live around 2 o'clock. I was joined by Stephen Somerville from Stephen Somerville Irish Rugby to discuss this one. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as always. Let's get into the preview.
Hi guys, welcome back to BS Rugby, and I'm delighted to be joined by Stephen Somerville from his brilliant channel, Stephen Somerville Irish Rugby. A very happy Irishman today, of course, as they are coming off a historic win against the All Blacks. Stephen, thank you for joining me on this preview of Ireland against Argentina. First of all, how are you?
Doing really good, Brandon. It's we're actually 6 days in after that huge result. I can't even believe 6 days in. It's gone that quick, you know what I mean? If you didn't see my preview, you didn't see my post-match reaction, you know what I mean? So buzzing after the match, you know what I mean? I had to watch it in a bar outside the ground. I just felt, even when I was there, amongst the atmosphere. Now I've been to many home games before, but the crowd was you could sense that there was this nervousness and tension before going into the ground. Everyone was up for this because, statistically, this was the first full house Irish crowd that for the first time since the pandemic started, and to be able to put out that performance, especially back to that crowd, you know what I mean, was just absolutely insane.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant performance, and I said just before we recorded, I thought that was well, for me personally, you know, in my 20 odd years of watching rugby, that's the best Irish performance I've ever seen in my life. If you could pinpoint one thing from that game that for you was just outstanding that Ireland did, what would be that one thing, do you think?
Oh, goodness me.
Just one.
Yeah. I think there's many, but there has to be one. I think for me, it would have to be in the second half, I think. Because if you look at, I think it was Keelan Doris. I think he bulldozed it over the line, getting through that, All Blacks, pack, you know what I mean? It's I think that was the standout moment for me, and you can even hear it from the bar, from the ground, the way Keelan Doris went over. The place went electric, and I think that was the standout moment for me.
Yeah, I thought it was a perfect performance from Ireland, and I was so impressed. And I never felt throughout the game that Ireland weren't going to win it. I felt that's how dominant you guys were. We have to obviously mention this game now. So Ireland against Argentina, finishing off the autumn. You'll be obviously looking to finish off with a win. So Argentina have had a really tough 2021. They didn't win a game at all in the Rugby Championship, but they do come into this game on a win, having beaten the Italians out in Treviso. They won that one by 37 points to 16. A little bit of a better performance from them, but this is obviously going to be a big step up for them. Let's have a look at the Ireland team that's been picked. There are a few changes, and I'll get your thoughts on it as we go through. So starting up fullback, we have Hugo Keenan at fullback with Robert Balakoon from Ulster on the wing, alongside, of course, the hero of Saturday, James Lowe. In the centre, then, we have Robbie Henshaw returning after injury, and Gary Ringrose is in the centre alongside him. Joey Carberry gets a start at 10, as well does Conor Murray at 9. In the front row, then, we have Andrew Porter, Ronan Kelleher, and Tyg Furlong, with Ian Henderson and James Ryan in the lock. James Ryan is captain. Kenan Doris, Josh van der Fleer, and Jack Conan are the back row, with then the replacements being Dan Sheehan, Cian Healy, Tom O'Toole, Tyg Byrne, Peter O'Mahony, Craig Casey, Harry Byrne, and Keith Earls. What's your assessment of that team, Stephen? Are you happy with the changes, or would you have liked to have seen a little bit more? Or do you think that's the right balance?
I think when I first saw it today, I was very surprised, if I'm being honest with you, but not surprised in a way that I would be panicking. No, I don't think so, because if whenever it came to a game like this in the past, we were rested players, but I could only see what Vanity Farrell's going with here. I can see what the management are doing, like Paul O'Connell behind the scenes as well. 7 used to be. I think they're looking to World Cup 2023. And I think they're looking to gel a squad that is very tight and doesn't have to be breaking up going forward. You know what I mean? Like resting, bringing in certain players. But that's not to say if Andy Farrell will do that. But if I look at the 1-2-3 hasn't been changed. I think Andrew Porter, Callagher, Varane was a bit of a surprise to me. I think Keane Healy or Tom O'Toole should have been put in there if I was the manager, but I can see why Van der Farrell's doing it. Ian Henderson, James Ryan, perfect combination. I can definitely see why. Keelan Doris, Josh Van der Veer, Jack Colan has not really changed from last week in the front row, to be fair, and I would like to see the change.
Yeah, I think it's a strong enough team, but again, there's that little bit of rotation. The Argentinian team has also been announced. I'll run through it quickly. Apologise if I get some of the pronunciations wrong, but I will try my best. Starting at fullback, then Emiliano Boffelli starts at fullback with Mateo Carreras and Lucio Cinti playing on the wings. De La Fuente plays in the centre with Matthias Moroni. In the 10s, then you have Santiago Carreras alongside Tomas Kubeli. In the front row, then Thomas Gallo, Julian Montayo, is the captain at hooker, with Cordella Gomez playing in the front row as well. Guido Petti is partnered alongside Thomas Lavanini, with Santiago Gondoa, Marcos Kremer, and Pablo Matera playing in the back row. Leaving the bench then of Facundo Bosch, Ignacio Calle, Eduardo Bello, Lucas Paulos, Facundo Issa, Gonzalo Bertranu, who of course plays for the Dragons. Nicolas Sanchez is on the bench. He's very well known. And then Facundo Cordero will get his first start if he plays. Stephen, how do you see Ireland approaching this game? It's an interesting one, isn't it? We know that Argentina are very good at the scrum, very defensive-minded. Do you think we'll see a similar style from Ireland that they showed against Japan, where they'll look to throw it out that little bit more?
If there's anything about the Argentina sides, they come with aggression. They're definitely up for a game like this, as far as I know. I think in the past few times Argentina come to Dublin, they've actually given us a game. To be fair, we ended up winning the games by maybe 10 or 8 points. If you look at Argentina lately, they lost all their rugby championship games to South Africa, to New Zealand, and Australia away and home. And I thought if they can come into the autumn series and have a wee bit of hope in terms of before this game, the France game was finished 29 points to 20. I think Argentina gave them like a bit of a game, and then they went on to beat Italy. After that, I think it was Italy, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. And now they come into this game after the Italy win. They'll see this game as one of their biggest games of the season, because they will look at that team today, the Ireland team that played against New Zealand, and they'll think, okay, we're gonna go for these boys here on Sunday, because if you see that Argentina team against Ireland after what they did last week, the Argentina will want to come for a game if they can even try and win the game. But I think for Ireland, if I go into Ireland, I don't think Ireland will definitely not overlook this game whatsoever. I think Ireland are definitely if they got that team out for a reason, then they're obviously trying to gel players well together, or it's the case of and it also could be the case of taking every game as it comes, like a World Cup final before the World Cup comes, because they don't want the curse to happen again with the quarterfinal stage, because they're trying to build. So
yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be an enjoyable watch for sure. So that you just mentioned it there. What are your score predictions for this one? I know you're going to back Ireland, but what are you going to say score prediction wise? Ireland by how much, and what score prediction would you say?
I'm going to go for a 38 points to 21 victory. I think Argentina will raise their game, both when it comes to their players performing and when it comes to our players performing as well on the day. I see it being that kind of a game, very exciting from both ends. Like, it won't. I hope I don't see a boring game on Sunday. I hope they don't drop heads like what has happened last week.
Yeah, I think Ireland are going to win this one. I think they're going to win fairly comfortably. I don't think they'll have too many issues in the game. I think Ireland are going to win. I don't think it'll be quite as high scoring as you're suggesting, but I think it'll be something like 30 points to 12 to Ireland. I think it'll be quite comfortable. Finally, then, that's it. That's our prediction. That's our preview of the game. And make sure, if you have enjoyed, to subscribe to the channel here, leave a like, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Of course, Stephen, you have a fantastic YouTube channel as well. I'm sure you'll give us your thoughts straight after the game, maybe live even from the Aviva. Yeah, there is a link to Stephen's channel in the description and in the I button do head over there, subscribe, and we're going to have Stephen on the channel a lot over the next few months with the URC and the Six Nations, of course, getting underway very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Stephen, thank you for jumping on as always, mate. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you very much, Brandon. You know what you're doing in your channel is great too, and we're definitely trying to grow the rugby community on here on YouTube. It's always, Brandon, great to be on your channel.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you.